I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, as I occasionally do, uh, about electric cars, and a new electric car that I'd seen had come out called the Wego Whippet. And it was saying it did 50 miles per charge, and they had to limit the speed that it could go, because it could go 60 miles an hour, but according to the regulations of the American car companies, it has to be tested for safety first, which means, of course, it will never be sold here as a fully freeway speed vehicle. It'll always be one of those little go-kart things. But the real thing that I guess it triggered my annoyance of the car companies and what they're doing now. The EV1 came out about 10 years ago, 12 years. I'll say 10 years. At least 10 years ago. And it would do 80 miles an hour and about 80 miles to a charge, which is not bad. Now, fast forward to 10 years later, and the same company, General Motors, is putting out the Chevy Volt, or supposedly putting out the Chevy Volt. They're advertising something like it anyway. Excuse me. And it's supposed to do, oh, what was that stat again? Ah, yes, 40 miles per charge and 120 miles an hour. Because we all need to do 120 miles an hour on the freeway. But what struck me as the most insulting was when the EV1 came out. It was using lead-acid batteries, getting 80 miles to a charge, and now they're using the new, improved lithium-ion batteries that supposedly have twice the storage capacity, and they're only doing 40 miles on full electric. In 10 years, we've lost 40 miles of distance. It seems to me disingenuous of the car companies putting these out to suggest that they are improved or somehow technologically better when they get less in every way imaginable. Buddy of mine had I believe it was a 1968 Opel. I don't know if anybody remembers those. It was a little egg car. And it got better than 50 miles to the gallon. It had the crap beat out of it. It had a 2-barrel carburetor that had a cable with baling wire holding it down. And it ran forever on a gallon of gas. We have cars today with blown aluminum or the foam aluminum engine blocks. We got carbon fiber. We got all these exotic high-end materials, and yet I see commercials with the big car companies jumping up and down going, "Our great cars get 35 miles to a gallon." Can you believe it? No, I can't. I can't believe it. That's ridiculous and insulting. So I don't know what to do about it. I have limited resources. I'm going to school. Work has been really slow. And I've, frankly, not very motivated to work harder. But I see these cars, these new electric cars coming out that get 50 miles to the gallon, or 50 miles to a charge, and I'm watching people on YouTube make cars that do better than that in their garage, and these big car manufacturers can't do it. If the American public in general doesn't stop purchasing these gas-guzzling piece of shit cars that these car manufacturers are vomiting out of their manufacturing plants, it's never going to change. I have high hopes that things like YouTube and just general, I would say mass media, but not them. Mostly YouTube and internet, and people doing their own research will find out about these other cars and just stop believing the BS that these car companies are putting out. I'm optimistic and kind of depressed at the same time. It's a very weird feeling.